Blog Talk Radio. Today is Wednesday, March 15th, 2017, and this is Foxology. I am Silver Ray Fox, your host. Thank you for taking the time to listen today. You know I appreciate you so much. I do. Anytime you can make a choice and it's a positive one, I think it deserves praise and appreciation. So thank you. And you know what? I'd love it if you'd please share what I do here. I'm not bringing you no bad news. I know I may talk about some tough issues now and then because it's so necessary and some of it's just close to my heart. But it's only to bring light, and, you know, light is always there to help us on our pathways and out of dimly lit places. So that's good news, don't you think? Well, of course it is. Anyway, my goals are always to empower you in some way or another, and you can count on that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And here's what else you can count on. Experts like my special guest today, who is always at the top of her game. She is the brilliant and dynamic Dawn Nicole, the grow-getter mastermind who has discovered another powerful ingredient to business branding and success. It's your secret sauce.
That's
She's
right.
going to tell us all about it today. Welcome, Dawn Nicole. I'm so happy to have you with me today in the spotlight.
Thank you so much. Very happy to be a guest on your show again, Silver Ray.
Yeah, you always bring it, and I love that. And every word you have to share is something that really challenges people to be in the know and to grow in their area of business. I love that. So thank you once again. Well, now that I've given you my praise and appreciation, let's get into talking about you because, you know, I've explained to lots of guests and to you as well. People like to know your backstory. They like to know that, you know, you didn't just catapult to the heights of success. That, you know, there was a place where you had to do a lot of self-inventory and thought about what you wanted to do with your life. And once you found out, it was on from there. So tell people about you. Tell people from whence you've come.
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me, and good morning to the listeners. My backstory, you know, was really, Silver, 19 years in corporate America. And what that meant is I was in the banking field. So all of you people out there who are in the mortgage industry, that was my industry. And Silver, I really worked my way up. I tell everybody it wasn't totally degreed up. It was me just fighting hard for change, for something better. At the top of my industry, I ended up in the technology space, which was not something that you saw a lot of African-American women in. So I ended up with a certification as a Scrum Master and as a project manager professional. And the reason I talk about that part is because that really catapulted me to the next level in my entrepreneurial career, even though I didn't know it back then. And so my whole point is, as a technology professional, I was able to create systems and to develop processes for new technology implementation. In 2015, Silver Ray, I decided to leave the corporate sector altogether and start my own business called Grow-Getter. And there I focused on business coaching and consulting for entrepreneurs. The little nugget about me, and then I will be quiet so you can ask me whatever else comes next, is that what a lot of people don't know is while I was on that corporate journey, I also had a little secret. And that secret was that I was also a creative art connoisseur, writing stage plays, producing short story films, and writing a romance novel. Now, you might be thinking, what the heck does that have to do with business? I will tell you, because it has everything to do with secret sauce. is that I decided when I started my own firm to be my authentic self, to no longer hide or choose between corporate and creative, but to be both in my Grow Getter business as a business growth coach. And when I say both, just my approach, like to own both of my expertise. And when I did Silver Ray, it created a secret sauce that blew my business up big time in year one and grew it to a national company. So that's kind of where I got started.
How hard for you was it to make the decision to leave corporate? I know that, that's the dilemma. That's the struggle for a lot of people. How hard was it? Did you face any pitfalls at that point?
Yes. Well, yes, and yes. First of all, it was extremely hard because, I am a mother of four. I was the breadwinner in my household. And so we are talking about a super healthy annual salary and a pension. And I felt, Silver Ray, like I had worked so hard to get there, to climb that corporate ladder. And then now here I was going to walk away from it all. People thought I was crazy. And what I found is half of the people were cheering me on. Yay, do it, Nicole. You can do it. Do it for us. And then the other half of the people were like, you are insane, and we predict that you'll be back. And it was a little disheartening. But I did it, and I did it afraid. And I did it afraid because I had faith. And I actually wrote a book about that decision, Silver Ray. The book is called Grow For It. And Grow For It to this day is helping tons of transitioning entrepreneurs who are coming out of corporate, jumping into this thing full time, helping them to understand how I rationalized it, what I did in year one to have success. And the part that wasn't pretty, because I know there's always a good, bad, and ugly part, is when I first came out of corporate America, Silver Ray, I knew my why. My why was that I have a deeper purpose to change the world. I want to leave a legacy for my children. But here's this thing. I did not know my what, meaning I had so much talent on the creative side and the business side. I had achieved all these licenses. I had done mortgage and technology. Now, what the heck does that mean as an entrepreneur? What would I offer? I had so much to offer. I didn't know which one to choose. And so my first 6 months were a struggle. I'll be very honest with you. There was what I was capable of doing, and then there's what the market wanted. And sometimes it's as simple as a description change, meaning if I call it project management, the entrepreneurial world, they're saying, we don't need a project manager. We manage our own projects. But then if you say, okay, strategic planning to help you grow, now they're interested. Essentially, it was kind of the same thing. So I did go through that growing pain where I made no money at first, and I started dusting off my resume, to be honest with you.
Well, you know what it says to me is that people like you are in position for people like that. It helps to grasp hold of information like you're going to share today. And then the other part of it that's so awesome and so beautiful is that your desire and determination for success far outweighed the need to stay in a dissatisfying place in life. And if you can keep hold of that, then you can keep it moving for sure. Well, I know everybody's interested in hearing about the ingredients inside Secret Sauce, and I know you want to share some bits and pieces of that so that, of course, we want to get people interested and get them, in the whole loop of what that means for them, and, of course, to bring interested parties right to your door as well. So let's get going with that. Let's talk about that secret sauce.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? A great way to segue this is let's talk about why. Let's talk about that part is so important. Why do you need a secret sauce? You might be asking yourself. And right now, it's such a term, Silver Ray, which is why I wanted to really take this and myself and my team and create an online assessment trademark it and make it a full-on program. Let's make this more than a buzzword. But here's the problem. Let's start with the problem that it solves. First of all, there are billions of people in the world, right? Many of them do the same thing. Many of them do what you do, but no one can be who you are. In fact, studies show that in the North Carolina market, it's the highest market for real estate. So that means that the competition here is fierce. So if we take the secret sauce concept and let's pose it towards business owners. So there are so many entrepreneurs who are starting new businesses every single year, and the competition is fierce. That means there are tens of thousands of people who do what you do, but nobody can be who you are. And if you take that concept that nobody can be who you are, that means it would behoove you to really understand who you are and how you're different and how you're authentic as well, meaning it's important for you to know why you do what you do and do you love what you do, because that's what's going to be a game changer. People can feel when you love what you do and you're passionate about what you do. So I had this burning desire to, once I discovered my secret sauce as a coach, because there are tons of other business coaches, so how would Dawn Nicole be different? Well, I'll tell you how. Dawn Nicole started to own her secret sauce, and my secret sauce became the fact that I was a creative brain and I'm a process business structure brain. And what that means to you as my client is that I can quickly kill your chaos. I can kill your chaos while crafting a vision that will grow your company. And so once I started to not only articulate my secret sauce power, but then tell you the benefit that is to you, that was a game changer for me, Silver Ray Fox. So once that worked for me, I then started to help other businesses get authentic and get clear on their secret sauce. And I started to change the mindset of the world. So many people think that knowing their secret sauce is where it stops, but that is not where it stops at all. That's actually where it starts. Knowing your secret sauce is one thing, but then what that means to your customer is a totally different benefit. So now I have this training, and we travel and we teach people it's not enough just to state your secret sauce. There's an entire process. Now, what's the power behind it? What can it do better for your client? And how is your secret sauce different from your competition? Once you start to master that mindset, which is something we walk you through, we train you through, now you're winning because you become neon green in a sea of blue people who do what you do. How can you become the music amongst the noise of commonality? We can help you do that by discovering your secret sauce.
Dawn Nicole, I want to ask you this just so we can provide some additional insight on what you have just described. We already can hear and know that you are all in your sauce, and it's no secret. We can hear you are there. Yeah. But I'm going to give you an example and see if you can provide some clarity. Let's say I'm a coffee shop owner, and I know my bigger competition is Starbucks, okay? They're a mile and a half away, but a mile and a half away, I'm in the community, though. I'm not, at the edge of where Metro starts. I'm in the neighborhood. So I have a coffee shop. So I'm looking now to see how can I have people stop and see me rather than waiting till they get on the edge of town to get Starbucks, because I haven't determined my secret sauce. I don't even really know what that is. So I Google or I hear Foxology and I say, I need to talk to that Dawn Nicole because it sounds like she's got something that can help me. So tell me, as a business owner, as a coffee shop owner, with what I've just described to you, how do you help me find my secret sauce?
Absolutely. The very first thing that I would do for someone like you is I would say, sit down with me and tell me what you love. Now, you might be thinking, but wait, the coffee thing is my business. I don't want to talk about what I love. But I'm telling you that at the intersection of your secret sauce is when what you do and who you are officially start dating. Now, I know that sounds very creative and visionary-like, but it's very true. So the first thing I need to do with you is say, forget about your competition for a second. You, coffee shop owner, what is something you're super passionate about? What do you love? And if you said to me, well, I love senior citizens. I love every Sunday when nobody's around and watching, and I don't do this for credit, I go down there and I start reading to senior citizens. I have a real love for giving back to senior citizens. Let's just say that's your love or your passion. I would say, okay, how can we incorporate what you love into your coffee shop? So, for example, do we have maybe a knitting night for senior citizens? Do we have a book reading club that's just geared around senior citizens? Do we maybe pay senior citizens who want a part-time job or they want to work somewhere Do we maybe train them in your coffee shop to help? Do we have a host of senior citizens? Basically, we need a purpose. And so I see so many entrepreneurs who just start a business because they can, Silver Ray. They start a business based on capability.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, compile that with what you love to do. And if what you love meets with what you do, it is going to work for you because now you found a purpose. And I know that sounds so cliche, but when entrepreneurs first come to see me, the first thing I do is challenge them. Great, you're knitting sweaters or you're doing kid bibs or whatever you're doing. What's the deeper purpose? What's the foundational purpose? And some people look at me and say, I don't have a foundational purpose. I just do this because I can. That's where the competition is going to eat you alive. But the moment you can tie what you do to a purpose and you say, I knit these sweaters because I want to empower you, then whatever the name of your company is, the first thing I do is I have people come up with an acronym, a love acronym. So, for example, even as a grow-getter, we have an acronym. It's gaining resourceful opportunities to win, right? And we also have an acronym around our process. I was able to tie this secret sauce movement to anti-bullying, for example, in the school system, because I know if every single child in America understood and embraced their secret sauce, their brand individuality, they would feel so empowered and that much more confident that it's harder to bully that person because you know how you're special and what that means to the world. So I tied secret sauce to a purpose. So I would say to the coffee shop owner, let's find a purpose to tie this thing to. Once you tie it to, let's say, a senior citizen movement where you are giving them something back to the community, now when you go to 3 people in your community and you say, here's why my coffee shop is different. We're not just coffee. We're providing a deeper purpose to senior citizens. We're giving them something to do. We're putting a smile on their face. We exclusively work with the senior citizen community. Now, guess what? I don't care about my caramel macchiato. I'm coming to you because I can get behind your purpose. Now you've got the support of the community driving you. That becomes your secret sauce over Starbucks, who's monopolizing the thing. We love a story, right? We love the underdog. So if you can tie that with a purpose that's bigger than yourself, that starts from something you love, secret sauce, now you're winning. So it starts.
Well, you know what's so great?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's so great about what you just said, too, because my mind was really wrapping around everything you were just saying, and that was just an example, really, that just came off the top of my head. But the way I describe, so many people do have small businesses inside communities, and the fact that you took the association to something that is important, senior citizens in every community, is really great, because now you're talking about, and I'm saying this for small businesses, and you, of course, can elaborate, but when you do something like that in the scenario that I just described, you're talking about people who probably don't want to drive a mile or two or go a mile or two, who maybe just need to get out for their little walk to do something or get coffee. And then you're talking about that it being impressed upon other family members who, I went to that coffee shop today and those people there were so nice, and now you've got the family coming, and it definitely has the kind of impact that you're searching for. But let's go back to the business owner. Yeah. When you're doing this, how are your people thinking about it? Because I wouldn't have just said that would have been the thing. What do I love?
Right.
When you're do you find it necessary to explain to people the whole idea of right brain, left brain, as far as the way we do things? Because not everybody even knows what that even means, but it's very powerful when you do understand what it means.
Absolutely. So I'll say this. This is exactly why my partner and I have created What's Your Secret Sauce as an online assessment tool, because we know that most people don't know where to begin. If they knew, they'd be doing it. And so at what'syoursecretsauce.com, we made it really easy for you. It's what'syoursecretsauce.com. Anybody who wants to discover their secret sauce in a matter of just minutes can go take the assessment. The assessment is really affordable, and you don't even have to think about it. It guides you through. So although most people Silver Ray Fox won't know the formula that we use to get you there. We know that there's a burning desire. Most people have the desire for something deeper or something higher first, right, regardless of knowing how to do it. And all it takes is someone who says, what is my secret sauce, or how do I discover my secret sauce? And it will point them to our website. From there, they don't even have to know the recipe. All they've got to do is take the assessment, because we've already built the recipe for them. When they take the assessment, we have a wild card question. I can't tell you what that question is because that's our secret sauce, but there is a wild card question. It consists of just 10 questions, and question number 5 is our famous wild card question. That's the game changer. If they can answer question number 5 and then pair number 5 to our secret sauce grid, they will have a secret sauce in minutes. And what they get is a secret sauce report card that helps you understand. So, for example, Silver, let's say you took it. It would say, Silver Ray, you are in aioli sauce, and here's the power of being in aioli sauce, and here's why you're in aioli sauce, and here's what you can do with it, and then here are your best partners in life, which is really good to know, and here are people who are opposite of you, but they make your best clients. And so instead of having a negative connotation when we say these people are opposite, we instead say because they're opposite of you, they make really good clients for you because you can provide something that they don't have. So instead of saying, hey, stay away from them, right, or there's going to be conflict, we always, so it's a really great report. It also comes with an audio debriefing, and this is everything you get when you take the assessment. You get this 4-page report and an audio debriefing on what to do next and what it all means for you. And then if a person wants to go further, because we realize that some people want some extra support, we've already built out a full 6-part training program to walk them forward in their secret sauce discovery. And we call that boss your sauce. Go from discovering it to bossing the sauce.
Well, let me ask you this, because this would be something I know people would want to know.
Mm-hmm.
You're dealing particularly with, I mean, you're a branding and business specialist. Are you you're looking at people who are thinking about businesses? You're doing small business and large scale businesses as well?
Yeah, and if I may, I want to take a moment, too, to acknowledge my secret sauce super partner, which is Demario McElwain. He's the digital marketing expert, and he's the one who took this thing digital for us. So, yes, I just want to acknowledge him. But, yes, we found very quickly that this empowers people who are thinking about starting a business. This empowers entrepreneurs who are already in business. And we are also working with corporations to use the secret sauce profile and training to help them better understand the differences amongst common teammates. So, for example, if they have an entire team of developers, software developers, they already know that these guys and girls are skilled, but what they don't know is the brand uniqueness of each of these same common software developers on their team. So secret sauce is really great about pulling out the brand uniqueness amongst common groups, if that makes sense.
Feel that you can guarantee people that you can take them to another level as far as achieving visibility and of course, the more important thing that everybody's looking for is more economic, more financial success in their business. And when I say guarantee, I know that they have to play a huge part. I mean, you've got some proven strategies. But I ask that question because I don't want anybody thinking that it is a magical formula. People have to play a strong role in the making happen. So making it happen. So how do you have your hands-on component work with this?
Yeah, that's a great question. I love that you're asking that because that really goes into the application, right? Because there is the knowing of and then there's the doing of, right? And so what happens is when a person first takes the assessment, it's just really about self-awareness and team awareness of, okay, I know me and now how the people around me work in this capacity. But that's not where it stops. That's not enough. That alone will not bring you increased profit, will not showcase your competitive advantage. You have to do something. So we've already built what's called the Secret Sauce Success Kit. And it's the Secret Sauce Success Kit that you get when you take our additional training program that will help lead to increased profit potential. The reason why it leads to increased profit potential when you actually apply what's in the Success Kit that we guide you through is because it will give you a series of techniques to help you clearly pinpoint your total brand value. What I'm saying is most people are not clearly articulating their complete brand value today. They're telling you a little piece of what they do. So in our program, Secret Sauce, we're not only going to help you discover it, we're going to help you to shop it better, a lot better. So we're going to teach you what to say. Then we're going to help you showcase your competitive advantage. So when you're giving your hi, my name is Lisa, right? So boring, right? We don't even have you start that way. We have you open up with a question because the brain is programmed to answer a question. So, for example, when I'm traveling and I do my 60-second pitch, I don't start by saying, hi, my name is Dawn. I say, hey, what is your secret sauce? I know you guys know your business, but what is your secret sauce? Now, what I've just really done is I've made you think and I got your attention because now you're compelled to answer my question. But you're not able to because I'm still within my 60 seconds, right? So anyway, so there are those right, but so there are those simple techniques that we retrain people on how to do. Some of the success that people aren't having is because they're not saying the right thing at the right time to the right person. So we identify all of that for you. You'll have increased confidence. You'll never again clamor when it comes to stating your proposals, because that's the scary part for entrepreneurs too. When they send out their proposals, they're always like, oh my gosh, am I too high? Am I too low? So we help you feel confident even about your proposal because we help you articulate all of the value that you're going to bring to this client. So there are a lot of good components to this, yes.
Well, I know there have got to be, you've perked up ears for sure and interest. I know there have got to be a lot of people who want to know how to reach you. I have your website information on my site, but just in case, let's make sure you put it out there how they can reach you and let them know that you do training, seminars, and all of that, keynote speaking and that. So let's tell them how to reach you, Dawn, Nicole.
Absolutely, absolutely. So they can go to www.what'sYourSecretSauce.com. Again, it's what'sYourSecretSauce.com. Read up about us, see our brand new commercial, and click Take the Assessment. And I'll tell you this, Silver Ray, even if you're not a business owner, this goes much deeper than we are convinced that everyone in the entire world, even if you're a husband, a wife, no matter what it is, take the assessment so you can understand your secret sauce and attract the success that you want in life. If you guys are in the North Carolina area, coming up soon on March 21st, I'll be doing another secret sauce discovery session with entrepreneurs. I'm actually traveling. So in order to get our travel schedule of us across the nation, just go to what'sYourSecretSauce.com and you should see our events page, and that's where you can kind of follow us. I'm also on LinkedIn and Twitter at Ask Dawn Nicole on Twitter. Again, that's Ask Dawn Nicole.
Well, I tell you, this has been inspiring and informative. And again, I want to thank you for being my special guest. You always are so on overload with it, and I love it. I love putting information out that it's going to help people go and grow and be better and more successful at whatever they're doing. So thanks so much, and I'll look forward to talking to you again when we can make it happen. I know you.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, this was a pleasure. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Same here. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day. Bye now.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you all again for joining in. How powerful was that? She has so much to offer, and I hope that you were taking notes because I tell you, that was some good stuff. I want to remind you to tell your friends and family on social media about Foxology. I'm always here bringing you something positive and empowering, enlightening for sure. I want to say have a great day, great rest of your week. Next show will be coming up next week. I think I've got it scheduled for Tuesday or Wednesday, bringing you some more good news, if you will. In the meantime, have an amazing day. Be good, be blessed, be awesome.